Welcome back to Emily Finally Reads All of Her Books. It is currently like 1 in the morning. I couldn't sleep, so decided to do this now. I tried. I promise I did try. I couldn't get into it. I got as far as chapter 6 and I was done. The author definitely knows what he's talking about because he's written a few shows, he's produced a bunch of shows. He actually taught a course at NYU about this specific subject. So it wasn't like it was just some idiot rambling on about a book. He knows his stuff. Even so, I didn't like it. I'm sorry, Jack. I'm sorry. Boiled down, the book's thesis is basically to define how musicals got made in their heyday, the much vaulted but never quite defined golden age, and then how they get made today. The author explored the form and the structure of the musical and how that has changed over the last 100 years of Broadway shows. He used examples from shows such as Gypsy, Guys and Dolls, and South Pacific, according to him, the shows as close to perfect as you can get, to talk about character, how and when to introduce plot points, and the importance of I want songs, as well as how to properly build both a narrative and an emotional structure in the form of a musical show. All this while using the completely unique, ephemeral space that you only really find in live theater. I'm sure I'll finish this book one day. Just for whatever reason, right now, I'm not feeling it. I'm sorry, book. I'm sorry, Jack. In the meantime, I read this. In the author's words, The Art of the Trade, How the Sausage Gets Made. Fun fact about me, I really like these kinds of books. Also, there's going to be one about the show, The Last Airbender, that comes out a few days before my birthday, if someone wants to drop $75 for me. Thanks. This is a very, very good read for fans of the show. Each of the lyrics for each of the songs are in here, and Lin-Manuel Miranda gives annotations about the lyrics, giving references to different songs and different shows within the lyrics themselves, and little bits of behind the scenes about when the show is being made. Between each of the songs are mini essays about the show's writing process, the production, the rehearsal, and how it was eventually put on Broadway. One of the scariest things I ever read was actually in this book. 1,300 cues, said James Ladis, the production stage manager for the Downtown Run, leafing through his heavily marked up script. For those out of the loop, a cue is any sort of message that the stage manager has to relay to the production crew that they work with. So every time the lights change, or they move somewhere, or the spotlight has to go onto an actor, or a sound cue has to be called, or a piece of furniture is moved on stage, anything like that, anything that changes, the stage manager is the one who says into the microphone to whoever's wearing the headphones, hey, do this. 1,300. So yeah, now rewatch the show on Disney Plus and think about that. Every single time something is changing, there's someone backstage like, okay, now this happens, now this happens, now this happens. It's insane. The most cues that I ever had to call on a show I worked on was maybe 40. 1,300. Anyway, next book. Handy dandy little jar. Axiom's End. Okay, I actually just got this book. It's by a YouTuber I really like, Lindsay Ellis. She just wrote this book. It just came out within the past month or so. Kind of excited I got this one. I put it on the shelf and I'm like, I'm never going to read this. That's a nice sound. I don't know if you guys have ever done this, but when you get a brand new book and you open it, you just... the sound of the spine breaking into its open position is a good one. Almost as good as the smell of old books. So, I don't know next to anything about this. It's set in the mid-2000s, and I think it's about aliens, but other than that, I am excited. Woo, let's do this.